tomorrow's garage has come to India with a bang. The British car maker had to stop bookings soon after launching the SUV as demand spiked. So what did MG do right that helped it beat the slowdown? Neeraj asked the company's Chief Commercial Officer, Gaurav Gupta.
One of the key things that we were looking for is how do you really get the entire value proposition to the customer? How do you establish MG in this market which already has so many brands? I think the way we have approached it is MG is not just an automotive brand, it's an auto tech brand. And when I say that, when I look at the 4 pillars of our brand MG, we've got pillars like innovation, on which our actions are taken place, not only in the car but in the showroom, diversity, which is core to our values, experience, as well as overall community service. Now, innovation and technology becomes our bedrock of our operations, and I think that entire package with the MG Hector, which is the internet car, came as a very, very good offering, as a entire change in the entire package that customers were being looked at, which was exciting, new age altogether. That got the entire pulse to the customer. Now, it could have been possible that when we were looking at launching the car with internet, we knew that Indian market doesn't have a very stable, consistent communication network. There are 4G drops in many places. So we had a choice. Either we don't launch the car with this kind of technology, or we go ahead and consumers do understand that they want to experience the best in the world. So with that prospect, I think when we got MG together, we looked at the product, which is the MG Hector with the internet car. The second part, which has played a very important role, is our network. I think our dealers have really embraced our focus on customer experience. So the entire footprint of our network and the product has come together. And ultimately, I would say, Neeraj, the team has really put a great job together, and we are thankful to everyone.
Yeah, what's working though? Because from a large established company to some other new companies which have got a smaller base, everybody's grappling with this auto slowdown in India. Why is it that you are being able to defy it? Is it also the base effect? And two, what's the strategy now for the next 12 to 24 odd months? Are you planning to up production / distribution, the number of cars sold, and do you believe that the market will lap those up too?
I think in some ways we've been very lucky because it was our launch. So obviously, a new launch has got excitement, has got the interest, and that's what drawn the customers to MG. And now it actually puts responsibility on us, because we have to take care of our customers. We have to fulfill our promise, make sure that their expectation is taken care of in the way that it exceeds their expectation by our teamwork. That is number one. Second is that we continue the work on building the technology base, the technology platform of our cars. So our first car was the internet car, which is the MG Hector. The second is our electric car, which is the ZS EV. And on the same lines, we want to continue bringing in products with technology and making sure that the MG, which becomes an auto tech brand, gets reinforced. Second is in terms of expansion of our network. As we speak, we've crossed more than 200 centers across India, and this is only expanding by the week, by every month. So as our footprint increases, we are able to deliver customers better service, timely service, and of course products which are world-class in nature. I think this combination, again, like I said earlier, really helps us. In terms of what's going to be the plan for us in the future, I will again say this, and we've said this earlier, that we are very, very committed to India. We've already launched 2 cars in less than about 6 months, and in the about overall span of 2 years, that is from July 2019 to July 2021, we are looking at 4 products. So we've launched 2 more to go in the pipeline, and with this we really want to make sure that customers are able to experience new age technology in the car industry, and we are really committed once again to the market.
Yeah, sure. A follow-up though, for example, when the October, and since we talked to a lot of listed companies, when the October numbers came out and we spoke to them, a few of them on the results, they mentioned that while October and November were good, for the industry to see growth doing well and the industry at large moving up, December, January, etc. needs to be strong. That hasn't happened for the industry at large. Would you reckon that you will be able to show growth on whatever base you may have, irrespective of what the industry does, or would you need the industry sentiment to turn around as well for your newer launches and a slightly wider base to perform better?
So we were lucky because when we started our launch, within the first phase we had about 28,000 bookings, and these are customers who have paid in the deposit and then booked the car. So we had to close the bookings mid-July when we had 28,000 bookings, and then when we reopened the bookings towards the beginning of October, then we were able to garner about 40,000 bookings overall for the year, 45 actually. And as we are turning the bridge to 2020, we are carrying across 20,000 bookings with us as well. So we've delivered about 17,000 cars last year. We are now close to 20,000 bookings that we have right now with us, and this will be helping us to deliver the cars to the customer as much as we can produce. So with that kind of a situation, our work right now is focusing on both sides, increasing the production, as well as ensuring that our customers who have booked the car a few months earlier are able to hold and we retain them in the MG family. So what we are doing at our end is we have a program called Worth Waiting For, which is for every 2 weeks of waiting, where we educate a girl child on behalf of the customer. At the same time, the customer also gets some points for his waiting as well, which he can redeem for packages at the time of delivery. So we've got both of these elements, redeemable points and educating the girl child, which is again core to our values in terms of helping the community. This has really been very helpful to us and being instrumental not only to help the cause of cause of girl child, but also retain our customers at the same time. I think when we keep on doing initiatives like this, we should be able to hold our customers and at the same time increase our production supply. Now for production is it's been very I would say chiseled at our end. We've actually gone ahead and looked at our global suppliers, logistics system, and then looked at increasing production. Increasing production otherwise, or adding a shift, you can say is very easy. You can always look at, getting the manpower, training them on the floor and get going to production. But the important part is your back end, your suppliers, because they also are global suppliers. In this case, for example, let's say companies like Bosch, Continental, etc., they also have got pre-committed capacities and customers. So for them to increase their production, raw material suppliers, and then logistics and freight. So all of this has been the focus for us over the last few months, and as we go into 2020, we're looking at higher production, more initiative to hold our customers, and taking care of the customers who have enjoyed the deliveries in 2019. So the downturn, we hope, should be looking at a turn very soon across the industry. We are very hopeful with the budget that should create some more positive environment, and then let's keep our fingers crossed. We have our task chalked out, taking care of every customer who is into the MG family.
Are there any target growth rates that you guys have penciled in for yourself? Because I heard you mention that you've done 2 launches, you're looking at 2 more. But overall, are there any target growth rates or numbers that you plan to reach by the, say, end of 2020?
We're just starting our journey in India, Neeraj. It's not even been 1 year for us. So at this point in time, our focus, if you chase numbers in the very beginning, sometimes it may not be the right number to look at from a foundation building stage. So for us right now, as we build the foundation of MG in India, what is core to us is making sure our network is in place to take care of customers. Our processes are there in taking care of that. Everything is streamlined. Every customer has to have the delight factor, and making sure our teams internally as well as our dealer partners are all in the same direction of customer service, customer delight, and that is what is going to add to the strength of the company in the future. Important part, Neeraj, is more than the growth rates is how strong are we to our values. Both in terms of diversity. If you ask me, that's a bigger target for us in terms of moving our 33% of women workforce to possibly as high as 50%. If that is nature, that's what we want to go for. So those are the foundation that we are looking at to build on the MG company in India, and then take it on from there.